Dr. Ron, unfiltered, uncensored, is for people who are tired of being misled, over-medicated, and dismissed by the sick care system. Dr. Ron, unfiltered, uncensored, stands as the fearless voice of clarity and empowerment. Unlike sanitized health media or corporate-aligned medical messaging, Dr. Ron delivers bold, evidence-informed insights that cut through confusion and restore personal agency. His mission is simple and radical. Give people the truth, give them tools, and give them back control of their health.
Yo, hey man, doctor's in town. Oh yeah, the doctor's in the house, y'all. He's in the house, man. Listen to this man. He got some good news for you. Hey, man, listen. Hey, everybody, gather near. The doctor's in the house, so lend him your ear. The things he can say might even make your day. He might even help your pain go away. The doctor is in the house.
Oh, yeah.
The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the doctor is in the house. Welcome to the Dr. Ron Doctrine series. And today we have episode 2. And please remember that each episode builds on the preceding one. So if you haven't listened to episode 1, I encourage you to do so. Because today we will be talking about the Statin Cascade and what happens when we suppress one of life's most important molecules. The question today is, could lowering cholesterol be creating problems we never intended to solve? And with that little introduction, I just want to explain what we're doing here. We're going to have many episodes, each one building on the prior one, to bring to you what I consider doctrine principles. And they are that our bodies are intelligent, symptoms are often adaptive responses, the body is constantly attempting repair, disease is often the consequence of disrupted biology, not the failure of biology. Suppressing symptoms without understanding the cause can create new problems. The goal is restoration, not merely intervention, and that health begins at the cellular level. So we just don't want to put Band-Aids on our symptoms. We want to try to get to the root cause, which will almost always be at the cellular level. And we don't want to disrupt what the body is trying to do, trying to heal us. We want to work with it. So with that, if you listened to the last episode, we launched something new, the Dr. Ron Doctrine. And if you listen to episode 1, if you have not, again, I strongly encourage you to start there because today's discussion builds on it. Builds directly upon a principle that will appear throughout this entire series, and the principle is simple. The body is intelligent. It does things for reasons. Symptoms often have meaning. Biological responses often have purpose. And before we suppress something, we should first understand why the body created it. And last week, we asked a provocative question. What if cholesterol is not the fire? What if cholesterol is one of the firefighters? And today, we're going to take the next logical step. If cholesterol serves important functions throughout the body, what happens when we suppress it? And so this is the introduction to this episode 2. And the most prescribed drug class, you know what it is? Statins. They are among the most prescribed medication in history. Millions take them every day. And they have one straightforward purpose: reduce cholesterol production, lower LDL levels, reduce cardiovascular risk, and in certain situations, particularly secondary prevention after a heart attack, statins may provide some measurable benefits. But here is a question that rarely gets asked. What else does cholesterol do? Because biology never works in isolation. Nothing in the body has only one job. It is a symphony orchestra. Everything works together. And you probably don't even realize this because it is not advertised on television and doctors don't talk about it. Cholesterol is a master building block because what you hear traditionally is cholesterol is a villain. But cholesterol is actually one of the most important molecules in human physiology. Please listen to that. Cholesterol is actually one of the most important molecules in human physiology. The body uses cholesterol to manufacture testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, aldosterone, and vitamin D. And maybe because of the way the narrative has been spun, you don't know that every cell membrane requires cholesterol. Every nerve cell depends upon cholesterol. Your brain depends heavily upon cholesterol. Ladies and gentlemen, without cholesterol, there is no life. Without cholesterol, there is no life. The body manufactures cholesterol because survival depends upon it. So the Dr. Ron Doctrine asks, if nature designed a molecule this important, shouldn't we understand all of its functions before aggressively suppressing it? So let's talk about the hormone connection to cholesterol. Let's talk about it. Many listeners already know that testosterone declines with age. But fewer of my listeners understand cholesterol's role. Every steroid hormone begins with cholesterol. No cholesterol, no hormone production. Now imagine a patient experiencing low energy, decreased muscle mass, reduced motivation, diminished libido, and mood changes. Sound familiar? How often do we investigate whether the body's hormone production machinery has been affected? But instead, they often receive a prescription, then another, and that is how the cascade begins to taking polypharmacy. So we have a hormone connection. How about a mitochondrial connection? Now we're entering into my territory because mitochondria were coming. You know why? Because everything comes back to energy. Mitochondria are the power cells, power plants of every cell in our body. There's billions of them. They generate something called ATP. That is the energy molecule. They regulate repair. They influence inflammation. They help determine whether we thrive or decline. One nutrient critical, absolutely critical to mitochondrial function is coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10. It's essential for energy production. And guess what? Many of the statins that reduce cholesterol reduce CoQ10 levels. Now, it doesn't happen to everyone, but when it happens often enough that it deserves our attention. And what happens when cellular energy production falls? Well, maybe some of these symptoms sound familiar. Fatigue, weakness, exercise intolerance, muscle complaints, reduced resilience. The body has less energy available for its repair. And now we'll talk about the cascade, and that's why I gave this episode that name. Imagine this. A patient starts a statin drug. Their energy drops, their exercise declines, they get muscle aching, they get mood changes, they cannot sleep properly, their weight increases. What do you think happens? Well, either one of the medical providers will introduce more medications, one for sleep, one for mood, one for blood sugar, one for blood pressure, and eventually nobody remembers where the chain began. This is what I call the statin cascade. Not because it happens to everyone, but because it happens often enough that we should be paying attention. The Dr. Ron Doctrine teaches us to look for chains, to follow causes, and to ask better questions. What are we really treating? Here's the question that should make every one of my listeners think. If cholesterol rises, why did it rise? Why did it rise? Was it responding to inflammation? Was it responding to oxidative stress, an injury to the vascular system, to insulin resistance, to poor sleep patterns, to chronic stress, or to metabolic dysfunction? Is that why the cholesterol was rising? Because if those causes remain, wow, have we really solved the problem? Or have we simply changed a laboratory value? Remember, the doctrine always returns to root causes. Always. So the Dr. Ron Doctrine is not anti-medicine. I am not anti-medicine. It is pro-understanding. Medicine saves lives every day. Emergency medicine is extraordinary. Trauma care is extraordinary. Surgery can be extraordinary. But chronic disease requires another question. That question is why? Why is the body producing this response? Why is the body adapting? What conditions created the need? These are the questions that transform medicine, ladies and gentlemen. So here's my take. The body is not a collection of disconnected organs. It is an intelligent network. When we isolate one molecule and declare war on it, we risk missing the bigger picture. Cholesterol is not simply a number on a lab report. It's a structural molecule. It's a hormone precursor. It's a repair molecule. It is a component of life itself. And the goal is not to fear cholesterol. The goal is to understand why the body is using it. And the Dr. Ron Doctrine isn't about fighting the body. It's about learning its language. And once you understand the language, you stop chasing symptoms and start restoring health. I know that's a lot to take in, especially since we've been brainwashed for so many years, and doctors don't have enough time to think. So please, episode 1 and now this episode, they build on each other. And then next time on the Dr. Ron Doctrine, episode 3, we're going to talk about a hidden organ nobody talks about, the glycocalyx. You heard me right. The microscopic protective layer lining your blood vessels. And I guarantee you, most people have never heard of it. Yet it may hold the answers to heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, and even dementia, and the future of vascular health. And when you understand the glycocalyx, you'll never think about circulation the same way again. Okay. That is the Dr. Ron Doctrine. And my plan is to have every episode build on the prior one. And next, the episode will definitely be an addition. And we'll be laying the foundation for something that you can help you to understand sicknesses and illnesses on a cellular level. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for attending. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I also would like to invite you to join me on Substack at docronradio.substack.com. where I will also post information about this series. And at the end of the series, I'm planning to make available a written copy of everything we talked about. So stay with us and have a great week and have an attitude of gratitude. Bye.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for today. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in the house. Or when the doctor is in the house. And let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. So if you have a pain, call the doctor. If you have a strain, call the doctor. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house.